Ho, ho, ho! Happy holidays! From Tea of Bed Crime Stories. How do you like my new hat? I'm kind of digging it. It makes me feel like an elf up in the North Pole. Maybe a little bit of Dr. Zhivago with my faux fur here. I don't know. What do you think? And today I'm going to talk about Luigi Mangione. So let's get started. Luigi Mangione, who's accused of taking the life of United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson, is an intelligent young man. I say that because of him being valedictorian of his private all-boys prep school class of 2016. He also achieved a Bachelor's of Science in Engineering with a major in computer science and a minor in math. I suck at math. He went on to receive a Master's of Science degree in engineering with a major in computer and information science. And all of that was done at an Ivy League school, the University of Pennsylvania, where he graduated in 2020. I would imagine Luigi's parents were incredibly proud of his accomplishments and likely felt he'd been successfully launched into adulthood. I mean, how could they have ever imagined Luigi being caught up in any crime, let alone this one? This is not a guy with an extensive rap sheet. The only trouble Luigi seemed to be involved in prior to this was an accusation of trespassing in Hawaii, an incident for which he paid a $100 fine. I keep wondering if Luigi had accidentally hit an innocent bystander. Would people still be calling him a hero? According to the authorities, Luigi actually wrote in his spiral notebook that he considered using a BOMB, but decided against it for fear of hurting innocent bystanders. So he did consider collateral damage when planning the crime. Allegedly, he's still presumed innocent. He will not be considered guilty unless a jury finds him guilty. Now, according to the New York Post, among years of Mangione's Reddit posts, the only mention of an insurance company was one that mentioned Blue Cross Blue Shield, and the post said that BCBS had actually covered his tests for irritable bowel syndrome. He never mentioned United Healthcare, and neither he nor his parents ever had United Healthcare. But among the writings recovered from Luigi when he was apprehended in that McDonald's in Pennsylvania, there were posts and writings that suggested that he was fixated on United Healthcare for months prior to the crime and gradually developed a plan to unalive the CEO, Brian Thompson. We know that Luigi wrote a 4-star Goodreads review for the Unabomber, Ted Kaczynski's manifesto, while at the same time he shared that he loved Dr. Seuss's The Lorax. There seems to be some yin and yang to Luigi. The Lorax is a character who serves as the guardian of the forest and speaks on behalf of the trees and wildlife. And the Lorax goes on to confront a character called the Onceler, and this character is somebody who exploits the forest's resources for profit, leading to environmental destruction. So interesting. On the one hand, Luigi seems like a peace-loving, tree-hugging, very chill dude, concerned about humanity and the planet. And then on the other hand, by finding Ted Kaczynski, someone to admire, and then through his alleged crime against Brian Thompson, Mangione comes across as something of a loose cannon, at least when it comes to CEOs of healthcare companies, health insurance companies, and other large companies. If he is found guilty of the crime, then he seems like somebody who should never be given access to a weapon again. Luigi, in his review of Kaczynski's manifesto, quoted another online comment about the Unabomber's book, praising the use of violence when all other forms of communication fail. Luigi quoted this: "Violence never solved anything is a statement uttered by cowards and predators," end quote. But then Luigi also wrote this about Kaczynski, quote, "He was a violent individual, rightfully imprisoned, who maimed innocent people," end quote. Can we gather from this that Luigi is okay with allegedly unaliving the people at the very top of these companies, but not innocent bystanders? I suspect unaliving innocent people is a detail that is going to get him even more praise from the people who are currently calling him a hero. Another interesting detail to note about Luigi is that at the top of his profile on X, formerly known as Twitter, there's a triptych of 3 images. One is a photo of him smiling on a beach without a shirt on. People like that image very much. 2, there's a Pokemon. And 3, his scary-looking X-ray. Now, the Pokemon he chose to display there is one called Breloom, and it has special healing abilities in the Pokemon video games. Nothing about Luigi Mangione seems random. He seems to have thought very carefully about what sort of human being he wanted to be. To me, he seems like someone who cares deeply about certain causes to the point of obsession. By the way, Fox News Digital is reporting that Luigi has had multiple meetings with his lawyers, but has not yet to be visited by members of his family. On Friday, Luigi met with his new high-powered, extremely well-connected lawyer, Karen Agnifilo, and with her husband, Mark Agnifilo, who is also a defense attorney. And in fact, Mark is currently representing Sean Diddy Combs. Karen Agnifilo will represent Luigi in New York for the second-degree red rum charge. She previously worked as the chief assistant DA in the Manhattan District Attorney's Office for 7 years. She's well-respected, and I don't think Luigi could be in better legal hands. Although we don't know who hired Agnifilo, it seems likely that it was his parents. They're saying now that Luigi will agree to his extradition to New York. It sounds like having Agnifilo represent him made him less wary of going to New York. And now I want to talk a little bit about the victim of this crime. An ex-bodyguard of Brian Thompson was on CNN, and he said that it's highly unusual for a CEO of a multi-billion-dollar company not to have people around him, meaning security guards around him. This ex-bodyguard stated that he finds it baffling that Thompson would be walking alone. He said maybe Thompson's decision to walk alone was a personal choice, or it's possible United Healthcare made the decision. The guard said that sometimes these CEOs don't want to live in a bubble surrounded by security. I heard another creator say that he believes Thompson's death was a setup. That creator felt that that was the only explanation for why Thompson would be alone at that particular time on that particular street in Manhattan. Now, I'm not one to go for conspiracy theories, at least not right out of the gate. So I'm not sure if I believe that this was a setup. Luigi Mangione has said in his 3-page manifesto, or what they're calling his manifesto, that he worked alone. So I tend to believe him. But of course, never say never, as we've seen stranger things happen in many other cases. That's all for now, and I'll see you next time on Bed Crime Stories. Please like, share, subscribe. It's a free way you can help. And please consider a membership if you appreciate my daily work. See you next time.